think we can all agree that 7 years is quite a long time, right? I mean, 7 years ago, I hadn't even thought about taking my first high school course. And now I'm a freshman in college. And as crazy as it seems, 7 years from now, I could be getting married or possibly even starting a family of my own. But imagine taking those 7 years off. According to the International Journal of Obesity, obesity in adulthood is associated with a decrease in total life expectancy of 6 to 7 years. If the human body's health is neglected, this could be a direct effect. However, the main issue today is that many people are just uneducated on the topic. This is why school systems should make a larger effort to promote health and well-being, and the best reformation for this would be for school systems to improve nutrition and focus on physical education. Nutrition is very important to living a healthy lifestyle and having a proper amount of energy. However, a lot of students are not properly fed in school, and after all, that is where they spend a lot of their time. The Business Insider did a comparison of American school lunches to 8 other countries. They found that America's school lunches are often processed, they don't meet the nutrition guidelines, and they just didn't have a good source of protein. However, the other countries were fresh, they weren't as processed, and they had a better source of protein. The typical American school lunch could look something like popcorn chicken, mashed potatoes, peas, and a processed fruit cup. But on the other hand, Italy, or places like Italy, serve fish on arugula, pasta and tomato sauce, grapes, salad, and a baguette, which, if you ask me, sounds far more appetizing. A healthy diet for children develops their minds and their bodies in healthy ways. The CDC says that a healthy diet in children results in keeping their skin, teeth, and eyes healthy. It supports their muscles, helps to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight, strengthens their bones, supports their brain development, boosts their immunity, and helps the digestive system to function. Nutrition is a major factor that also directly relates to the level of physical activity a student can perform. Proper nutrition will develop the human body in ways that it needs to support athletic growth. Physical health is another crucial piece to support children's health. One figure in America's history who understood the importance of exercise was President John F. Kennedy. On March 30th, 1962, he addressed the nation on what is known as the Great National Effort. This was a challenge to all Americans, but especially the youth, to improve overall health. It inspired Americans everywhere and appealed to them not only as their leader, but as a parent of 2. He understood that if America's youth was physically strong, they would be mentally strong as well. And after all, he did believe that a country is only as strong as its people. But to put it in perspective, in 1960, the child obesity rate was about 6 to 7%. But today, it's about 17%. And this substantial jump in numbers has also correlated to adulthood. Physical activity is and should be taken as one of the most important parts of the education system. But even despite the obvious health benefits, PE courses are still being cut all around the nation because they're viewed as not important enough for the expenses. However, this is a huge mistake. This will not only result in higher levels of obesity and health risks, but also negatively impact academics. Wait a minute, did we just hear that right? It negatively impacts their academics? But wouldn't it give them more time to study? Well, in my research, I stumbled upon an informative TED Talk. It was called Want Smarter, Healthier Kids? Try Physical Education. Paul Zintarski, a PE coach of 40 years, discovered the importance of physical education and academics together. He discovered through a series of brain scans that exercise actually promoted brain activity. A Harvard professor also reached out to him about this information. He found that neural pathways are actually developed better through exercise and learning rather than just learning alone. This fact alone gives schools an additional incentive to keep physical education programs in place. But it's obvious that exercise is crucial to brain development just as much to physical development. Yet another important reason schools should keep PE classes in action is because of the effects it has on mental health. Mental health issues have become more relevant in just the past decade. According to the CDC, more than 1 in 3 high school students have experienced a persistent feeling in sadness or hopelessness in 2019. a 40% jump increase since 2009. This poses its own set of issues, but if schools implement physical activity into everyday routine, it could reduce stress, increase self-esteem, help to prevent future development of mental health issues, and improve individuals' overall quality of life. Not only does this help reduce stress, but also can it prevent weight gain. As the Mental Health Foundation phrases it, stress reduces blood flow to the skin and can reduce our stomach activity, while cortisol, another stress hormone, releases fat and sugar into the system and boosts our energy. In other words, when the body senses an outside stressor, the body enters fight or flight, and the kidneys release cortisol. Cortisol is good for survival situations, but too much of it can cause weight gain, specifically around the abdomen. Cortisol slows the metabolism and drops the blood sugar levels, causing a spike in appetite. And oftentimes, this appetite is a craving for sweet and fatty foods. However, since the body's metabolism is slowed, the body cannot burn these additional calories as it normally would, and it's actually stored as fat. Not only can a prolonged increase in cortisol cause weight gain, but can also cause depression, fatigue, and other health risks. Though this extensive amount of stress may not be fully applicable to young children, it could be later in their life. By teaching kids at a young age how to exercise properly at a young age, this could create good habits and benefit their overall wellness, not only in their young life, but in their later life. Today, it seems that teachers and administrators are often far too engrossed in the idea of deadlines and just cramming in all the material before the next exam. However, if we as a society can change the focus to boost learning rather than just meeting another deadline, America will benefit its students far more by improving overall health and well-being. By simply focusing efforts on cleanly feeding students and properly incorporating exercise, America could see a health spike that has not been seen for years. As we discussed before, 7 years holds a lot of opportunity for success, for love, for joy. But the important question we must ask ourselves is, what kind of future are we leading America's youth towards? Thank you.